The Xscan is TTA's tool to create new modules. These modules allow you to send automated instructions to your system under test. To launch the Xscan and create such modules, simply select New Module in the TTA Builder. Continue with Start Launcher and Scan. Given you have installed the launcher before the Xscan loads up, it will prompt you with a choice of available applications to scan. Be mindful that in order to scan, the browser that is running the SUT must have the Tosca automation extension installed. If it is not installed, Xscan will prompt you to do so. In the advanced view, Xscan now shows you the visible UI elements you can interact with. The different icons in the Xscan indicate which kind of control it is. What you can see right now are links, images, buttons, and text fields. In order to know which entry in the list refers to which element on the application UI, you can either use Highlight Selection or Select on Screen. Highlight Selection makes the scan slightly transparent and marks the relevant elements red on the application UI. Using Select on Screen, the workflow is reversed and you can select the element on the application UI itself rather than selecting it from the list. Let's switch to Google and try to automate the Google search. One of the most important things the Xscan allows you to do, in addition to choosing which UI elements are relevant for your automated test cases, is to make sure that these elements are uniquely identified and therefore can be instructed by TTA. Xscan indicates elements with identification issues by marking them in orange. We currently have 2 elements in our scan list that have issues. Let's make the search box unique by selecting additional properties. The property visible equals true does the trick here and establishes the needed uniqueness. Apparently, Google has also an invisible search box loaded on this page. For the second element, let's use a different mechanism than properties to establish uniqueness. For example, index. Index is a different algorithm. It counts how many elements of a singular type, in this case search buttons, are available on this page. Xscan tells us that there are currently 2. If we select it, it will use the second search button. However, using index to uniquely identify a control may come with downsides. Should the order of the buttons ever be changed or the buttons be swapped out, we may end up clicking the wrong one. The Xscan also visually indicates which identification methods are used. In this case, we can see both properties and index are used. A third option to identify is by anchor. Anchoring can be very useful if a control does not have a good mechanism to identify it by itself. To use it, we need to bind or link our target control to another one. Xscan will use the relative location between those 2 controls to find our target control. To do that, we will first expand the list of controls in the scan to find one that is in very close proximity to the one that we want to identify. The further away it is, the less reliable anchoring becomes. After changing the view of the filtered items, the Xscan content starts to look closer to the application HTML source code. With a simple drag and drop operation, we can associate our search button now to an anchor element surrounding the button. This anchor element also needs to be unique, of course, so let's select the property class name to make it unique. Apart from the options you just saw, Xscan also comes with an auto-unique feature. Just click the Make Unique button and in most situations, Xscan will make the right choice for you and uniquely identify the element. For an even easier experience, you can use Basic mode. Xscan will hide most complexity from you and automatically set itself to Select on Screen mode. In this mode, it also takes up much less screen space. Here, you can simply select elements on your application UI and see what the Xscan picks up. By the way, don't forget to rename your elements and module to something meaningful. When you're done, click Finish Screen to upload your module back to TTA. Thank you for watching and happy automating with Tricentis Test Automation.